Last year I reviewed this Chromebook. So this is the Education Plus Chromebook from EDXIS, which was a fantastic little Chromebook for schools, robust, easily carried, flippy camera on the top. So this year we have two new ones. So actually this one towards the back end of 2016 is the new model of the Education Plus. But also for the beginning of 2017 there is a touchscreen model of this. So I'm going to review the touch version today as well. So we'll go through some of the changes, some of the differences, but it's still a great Chromebook for schools. Many of the same things as last year's model apply to this new version. It still looks very similar in its white drop-proof casing. It's a few millimeters thinner though, and the screen now bends right back. Port arrangements are the same, but now both USB ports support USB 3. There's still a full-size HDMI output, full-size SD card reader, and a headphone jack. I wouldn't suggest USB Type-C as being a priority for a student computer in a school just yet, as current peripheral compatibility is quite important. The EDXIS Education Chromebook Plus and Touch only come in one configuration now. Intel N3160 quad-core CPU, 4GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. This is the top end of the specs for this price range, and great that they did not skimp on the RAM or storage, as you often see in Acer and Asus models. As mentioned, the Chromebook's designed to withstand drops from up to a metre. It's got a spill-resistant keyboard with liquid drainage holes under it. The carrying handle's an excellent addition when students are carrying the laptop between lessons around the school. The touchscreen model introduces a glossy 1366 by 768 touch panel, which works exactly as it should on a Chromebook. Google have made lots of improvements to the touch interface in Chrome OS, and while I wouldn't want to use a Chromebook as a full tablet just yet, the touch interface becomes a navigating convenience and very useful in certain apps. Scratch Junior and Explain Everything now have full Chrome OS versions that do work fine with a touchpad, but they're definitely better on the touch screen. This Chromebook has Android apps and the Google Play Store coming very soon, which again the touchscreen will be useful for. The flip camera that's included in all EDXIS Education Plus Chromebooks is again really handy in an education setting. It allows students to quickly record work in apps like Seesaw and also makes stop-motion animation possible on a Chromebook. The image from the camera is bright in classroom conditions, which is a weakness of our HP Chromebook webcams, which are useless indoors and just show silhouettes. Performance is generally great. Some of the more demanding apps we use like Powtoon are pretty painful on the HPs with their dual-core CPUs and only 2GB of RAM. The EDXIS flies through these apps without any hiccups. In terms of benchmarks, I'm not seeing massive differences over the older N2940 quad-core chip from the previous model, but that's to be expected. The Braswell CPU is made to be more power efficient over the Bay Trail chip as opposed to being much more powerful. For any web apps or Android apps we've tested, this config is plenty quick enough for what we need. Battery life seems good. We don't test them specifically for battery, but we charge our Chromebooks nightly in a cart, but if they're left out on the desk all day, students are still having more than 50% left at the end of the school day, which is certainly enough for us. There are minor changes to the keyboard and touchpad on the new model. Nothing major that changes the experience. Keyboard sounds, the sound seems a little more dampened than the other one, but that could just be that it's new. Touchpad's responsive and smooth. Also, the side-firing stereo speakers are quite loud for a little laptop. We deployed 100 units of the new EDXIS Education Plus Chromebook in our school about 3 months ago, and haven't experienced any major issues as yet. The students like them, and unlike our Acer or HP Chromebooks, we haven't had any cracked corners on casings or any other damage due to drops yet. What I'd like to see on a future model would perhaps be a 360-degree hinge for apps that suit a tablet interface, but that might need a slightly thinner and lighter frame overall on the Chromebook to make that practical. It's not something I'm too bothered about as yet for Chromebook purchases, because Android apps and management for schools is still not available and rolled out yet. And also there's going to be a trade-off in durability to have like a big sheet of glass on top of the machine when it's in tablet mode. So for now these Chromebooks are being used with our younger students, and durability is far more important. Overall though, we use Chromebooks as they're the best laptops for Google Apps in a school. They make the ideal choice in both a shared and a one-to-one environment. The EDXIS Education Plus and Touch models are fantastic Chromebooks for schools. They're available in several Asia Pacific countries, and pricing is approximately somewhere between $250 and $300 depending on the market and the model. Check out edsis.com for more details.